Hey everyone, Strange103 here today with another replay cast. We're looking at Aiqw in a Kamikaze from the clan Torps. So I guess that's kind of fitting, but yeah, Kamikaze. It's a tier 5, how can we put it, little bit broken ship, just a bit. But yeah, what is this thing about for those that don't know and may not have played the old Kamikaze before that was nerfed? It's basically a highly concealed torpedo boat with like 40-second reload on 3 tubes of 2. So that's 20 seconds reload per tube, which is definitely not bad. It's got 17-kilometer range with 14,000 something torpedo damage, if I remember correctly. On top of 5.4 concealment, reasonable speed, and some okay enough guns. The 12cm guns with bad reload, bad turn rate, but they deal some okay damage when you hit stuff with it. And remember, it's a tier 5 destroyer, so unless you're facing something like a Nicholas, or a Kamikaze, or Gnievny, you're not really... Actually, no, Gnievny's tier 6 now, isn't it? It's the... or Kosnik, or whatever the hell, but like most tier 5 destroyers aren't really known for incredibly good firepower. So, you know, your guns for that definitely aren't bad. But, this is probably going to be more of a cast over anything. I mean, we'll see, educational or not. But we're playing on the map Archipelago, one of the maps I'm not that major of a fan, to be honest. Kind of just, I mean, low tier maps, most of them are annoying. I guess it's still better than Solomon Islands with a tier 7 carrier, am I right? Speaking of carriers, bug on each team. Ours doesn't seem to have AS, so at least that's something nice. We actually have a baguette division of Emile Baguettes. That's actually really nice. It's a really strong tier 5 ship. They get a Kirov though. Nicholas, not a big deal. V170s can be a bit annoying with all the torpedo spam that could be coming out from the V's and Isakazes. We also have only 3 destroyers, so we do need to be aware of that overall. So we're taking a pretty passive capping position over here. We can barely use the cap, and there you go. Inbound aircraft, so it might just be an idea to slow down and make sure we're able to instantly conceal with the smoke. And an idea would just be to launch torpedoes in this direction, because at the end of the day, they load so fast it doesn't really matter. And we haven't seen any battleships yet, or any cruisers yet, so you know we would have had them loaded already in case we needed to. Regardless, no AA turned off. I mean, here's the thing: you don't have a good AA range. Sure, it's machine guns, but you know, even if you don't, you get spotted before the carrier player, there's no guarantee they actually paid attention. So they could have just, been like, oh, herp, flying past my planes, I didn't notify. Oh, Gloop 2 under attack. Well, what is that? It is a destroyer underneath. They would never have noticed you if you didn't have your AA on and they get the notification, oh, hey, Group 2 under attack. Or something like that, right? So, yeah, planes are heading off. So the fighters are going for the click fight, but our guy's actually getting annihilated despite having the better planes, it seems. Oh no, it's just a bad fail stacking, so we'll see. I mean, the other guy's stock, so probably just some bad initial RNG. There you go, looks like he's winning the fight now, so that's fine. But he won't be able to stop the strike, and there's a small chance the planes will end up flying over us if they attack the whatever that is. Yeah, if there's those torpedo bombers. No, the carrier's up here, so they're not going to actually cross our path on the way back, so that's good enough. Anyways, heading for this castle, guy's reversing. Going to the right side of the island means we can't get to torp him, so, I mean, at this point I would just ignore the guy, because he's not really going to be doing anything useful, and we're never going to get to him. Because if we just quickly go into free camp and pop up and see what's up, you'll see that he's kind of reversing himself into the island, so we're never going to get to the guy, so even trying is probably just a big waste of time, and we'd probably be much better off heading either in this direction or maybe even going bow chasing if we wanted to, because as you can see, he's engaging that group over there. He's having to deal with them. Kaiser is going forward, so we could make a consideration to head a little bit more towards B, towards the Nicholas, see if we can't find him and perhaps deal some damage. At this point, if the Kaiser isn't max speed pushing us, we can actually sneak around here and then back up, but we are spotting the bogat right now, and he's realized that, so he's kind of running in this direction. So the better thing is just to do what we're doing right now. Hard starboard, launch torpedoes, and F off in this direction, because this bogey is definitely going to attack the group over there right now. That would just make sense for him. Kaiser doesn't know what's up, so we're full, pretty much, launching 2 and then 1 on a potential away turn. So, but we do actually get ourselves spotted. Pretty bad play over here. You don't want to be doing, you don't want to get yourself spotted accidentally, because that basically tells him, oh, hey, look, destroyer. So, the question, of course, being, is he paying attention? Smart move for him is the hard in-turn, because he has been kind of broadsiding a little bit, but it looks like he's not paying enough attention, so he's going to, if the replay desync, nope, looks like he's only taking 2, and he's not taking anything more, but with the torpedo reload of this thing, you can see that the things are almost loaded again. Using our engine boost here, I don't really believe that's necessary. We only have 1 more left, not running Superintendent, but running Premium Consumables. Kaiser's making some awkward turns. A consideration here would actually be to check which side his guns are turned, because that usually determines the way somebody's going to turn, but this guy clearly isn't turning with any reasonable indication on the guns, and I would have aimed that a little bit more to the right. We're going to smoke up here, so it's a smoke screen bled for not really much gain overall. Just advancing further away would have been more than good enough, but hey, I guess we can blink up the Kaiser. The Nicholas is spotted further to the south, so one more time. But unless his Kaiser gets like incredible, he's about to go down because he's going to take definitely. I'm pretty sure he's going to take 2, and any flooding is going to up front make sure the guy is dead. And there you go, first one flood, second one actually hits the stern and gets us the kill. So that smoke screen really didn't achieve anything useful for us overall, other than meaning that we don't have the cooldown for it right now. We still have 3 destroyers. They still have 3 destroyers. But well, here comes some planes, and I mean, the planes, they're not gonna, the tier 5 planes, and it's only a post, he's never gonna get the cross drop us, so he's not really a threat to us as long as we don't have to find ourselves, being forced to take an engagement. But float-plane fighter of the Kuma went down, and he's going for the group over there. They're chasing the Bogue, but they'll eventually catch up. So now the question is, can we catch off the Nicholas and kill him off just to get rid of him, because we need to get into a cap, so right now it's just about getting kills. Our carrier's already died because, airfielding is clearly what you do with the Bogue when the entire team wants to go to the left side of the map. But then again, even if it, didn't airfield and moved it from the start, he still probably would have eventually gotten caught. Especially if you got shafted by spawn and spawn top right or something. But if you're moving a carrier the moment you get it spotted, if you're moving a CVE the moment it gets spotted, it's too late. Anyways, now without a smoke screen, we can't actually do anything about B, so we need to wait, the previous smoke screen being pretty much a complete waste of effort. Guy's moving through it now, so if we're able to actually do a hard loop around the corner, and what the crap are these baguette torpedoes? Yeah, the baguette torpedoes, but they're probably not going to achieve too much. Nicholas is actually coming through here, so if we're pushing this Kirov, we're actually at risk, because the guy's Hydro is almost able to detect us, and we did this move way too late, so this is really just hoping for the enemy team being stupid enough to, never mind, he exploded to the Congo. So we get away with that, might as well just launch the last salvo towards the enemy, the destroyer over there, and be careful. Using the baguette is a little bit of a torpedo shield, I guess, but these guys, well, someone needs to, should consider getting themselves into B, and looks like the New York almost hit us by accident. Nicholas gets spotted, so the baguettes are going to insert gun on that guy, and the fact that he doesn't have a smoke screen right now, he will get one soon if he has premium consumables, but if these baguettes shoot AP, then Nicholas is going to go down, but someone still needs to deal with the Bravo cap, as our Isakaz is actually chasing the carrier, so meh. For the moment, we're fine here, just spamming torpedoes away at this enemy destroyer fleet. After having shot our guns, we didn't actually get the penalty applied to us, but we're going to get the server spotted, so again, not really paying attention to where the V was. I mean, with all those icons on top of each other, it's easy to fail to notice. At this point, I'd actually say that the Nicholas, I mean, he's 6.6 away, so he's still a threat, but the Nicholas might not be the biggest threat in the world, because, well, I mean, the farther away you get from one of those things, the better it is, but the V seems like he didn't actually recognize that, yeah, there might be some fish inbound, so he actually goes down to that, but he's probably alerting the Nicholas that, yo, hey, you might want to keep your bow on to stuff, so shooting at the Nicholas over the V definitely was the correct thing in hindsight there to do. Launching torpedoes at the Nicholas, you need to be careful when you do swap to your torpedo launchers, you actually unlock the guy, so if he has priority target, he will know that you try to torpedo him, and pretty much exactly when, he's swapping back to guns immediately. So that's something to keep in mind overall, that it is pretty obvious. Slightly under lead shot, but assumed that he was going to slow down. No clue what the guy's doing, because he's pretty much slowed himself down exactly in the path of the torpedoes, I'm pretty sure. thing to do in this kind of situation. You can just shift X is positioned before he vanishes, and your guns will stay exactly on target, so you can swivel around and whatnot. You need to be careful because we're, well, he actually just died there, but we were almost in his torpedo range, so if we had sailed towards him, there is the slight risk that we could have found ourselves at risk of being torped. That's kind of just an early launch, but hey, if he sails into it, we might get lucky. Still need to find a way to deal with a V170, but at this point we're just going purely for the damage, because no one's capping B, we weren't capping B, we could have torped the Orion if we were there, but then again we probably would have lost A. But our team seems like they're more interested in heading up and chasing the Bogue, and finally the Congo actually nails a Bogue, so our Isakaze now might finally get towards C. Our Baguette, now that he has failed to cap B and left it, he should actually have just gone into C, but it seems like he's a lot more interested in farming damage just like us, so, well, winning this one's likely going to be about killing enough of the enemy fleet. And, well, I guess our next victim's going to be this Königsberg. He's actually low HP at this point. His gun's also facing the wrong way, so a bit of a law. I would have launched one on the intern path because I doubt he's going to continue that way. Because I mean, hey, actually no, he decides he wants to turn away. So hey, lucky us. Looks like we're going to get the kill on this guy as well. New York nails our Baguette, so that's what you get for trying to go for damage instead of playing for the win. Looks like this torpedo is actually looking quite okay if it doesn't get the gap, and he doesn't get the turn, so he goes down. But we're a little bit out of the game right now, and having used our engine boosts earlier for, well, one of them for no real benefit, well, we're going to be stuck going, well, normal speed towards the Orion group over there. Granted, Orions aren't fast, but they don't have any reason whatsoever to go into A at all. We are the ones that need the cap, so they're perfectly fine just going towards B and chasing the Congo Isakaze and basically negating us by the pure sense of, well, us being useless. So if they go towards B and C, we're going to be stuck trying to, do nothing and chase them. Congo capping B is mostly a waste of effort. They just need to cap C. There's still 8 minutes left of the game. There's still enough. If we can get some kills on... Why are these guys coming to A? They should... The small thing for the enemy team would have been to push B and C. Them coming towards A is a waste of time because they're basically making us relevant again when they could have easily just made us completely irrelevant, and, well, this replay would have been over here. They go in, they kill the Congo. If they're lucky, they kill the Isakaze and they win. Because at that point, even if we had to chase them, the time it would take to chase them and the point differential would be so significant that, well, there's not much we can do about it. So I guess this Orion in New York just volunteered themselves for free damage farming over here. New York is the target that's going to get himself closer, so I would launch on the Orion before launching on the New York. Launching on the New York, the Orion is the much better target regardless. He's the one that wants to slow it down, and we can easily have snuck the torpedoes past before they got themselves spotted, because the Orion looks like he just wants to sit behind the island and spam HU over the corner of it, so he's the kind of person that probably would have been predictable enough to sit there and take the torpedoes. So now we're getting closer to New York as well, but we shouldn't be able to get ourselves spotted because the New York is a very slow ship. Getting ourselves spotted would really just be a very, very bad thing to do. And again, the New York is the lower HP target, but battleship gap, and looks like we're going to hit the grand total of nothing. So we just revealed where we were to the guy if he was paying any attention whatsoever, and I mean, he could have made an attempt to make a hard south turn. He would have recognized that that's the kind of direction we were traveling on that launch, but it looks like that's not the case, so we're almost full dumping white line, which is definitely not a bad launch, because, I mean, the guy kind of needs to maintain that angle of the ship, otherwise he won't really be able to fully engage the Congo. But I'd say that the back launch was a bit dodgy, because the New York might be more trying to turn in to get the proper engagement on the Congo, so the back torpedoes are not going to do anything, and the front torpedoes are the one with higher chance to hit stuff. But that does not actually turn out to be the case, and we won't need it, because 3 hits is a kill, and this is what makes this ship completely brokenly overpowered. Bam! Kill number 5. And overall, it's not really fun to play this kind of stuff either. I mean, yeah, in my opinion, the sushi's more fun to play, put it that way, but, hey, there we go, we picked up 100k damage. Talking a chat like that is definitely not something I'd recommend. It's just a waste of time and effort, because, I mean, you're playing a tier 7 destroyer for all intents and purposes. To be honest, you could put this in tier 10 and you'd be able to do just fine, as long as you don't get radared too much, and, I mean, at least that would actually, be fun and require some skill, because at this tier, the damage is just way too high. Regardless, chasing the last kill, and I think there's a reasonable chance we can get it if this Orion has been playing the way he has been, hiding behind islands, saving health, and playing as if he's playing a squishy cruiser. He is actually having a high chance of killing the Congo. He's very low. I mean, the health differential there is absolutely huge. And if he spams a couple more AT salvos, he's going to get that. But at this point, the caps are pretty much irrelevant because they only have 700 points. So they're not, even if they kill the Congo, they're not going to get that far towards the 1,000 point victory marker. And we're going to get to be with the Issachars anyways. So they have no actual points income right now. We get ourselves spotted. Not that big of a deal in this kind of a stage because the Issachars is also about to get himself spotted, so us getting ourselves spotted here might just serve as enough of a distraction to stop him from just deleting our Issachars. And right now he's in a really awkward position, so he's likely going to be making a hard intent to engage us over the Issachars, but he definitely should finish the Issachars, who has actually been, he's cheeky enough to actually open fire. But these torpedoes were launched very good, assuming he's going to make some weird funky maneuvers. Guns are up again, might as well. And he actually does get the Issachars, which means he's going to spend some time turning guns to engage us. Looks like he's away turning us to turn the Issachars, so, well, looks like the Issachars isn't going to pick up any hits, and he's going to need some more time to turn the turrets towards us. And at this point, we just need to hit him once with the flooding, and he's going to go down. That's the thing about this thing's rapid torpedo reload plus high damage. It's a bit silly overall. I'd watch the third one, yeah, there you go, behind in case he tries to hard in-turn towards us, and that's definitely the right move for him, but at this point, there really isn't much he can do about it, because, how are you supposed to dodge something like this if you don't make the immediate turns? And, well, I mean, he definitely should have, he should have led his own bow of the ship towards the back end of ours, so we actually pick up the last kill over there, ending the game for 130,000. Well, actually, no. Wait, what? The game told me 130, the post-battle results screen told me 145. That's weird. Whatever. This is the right match anyways, so 6 kills, 150k damage almost, 16 torpedo hits. And that's the thing about this boat, it spams so many torpedoes, it's kind of silly. The guns are 80% worthless overall, to be honest, let's face it. 2 capture points, but the caps were mostly irrelevant. Well, the first one was relevant because we held that cap pretty much the entire game. The last cap was just, hey, let's get some extra points at the end of the game. But at that point, with the fact that we went towards the south and could easily have gotten ourselves in just negated by the enemy just leaving and putting us out of the battle 100% by just going towards B, but instead, what to take out of this isn't necessarily what Aiqw did, it's actually more what the enemy team did. In this kind of a situation, if you have a destroyer behind you, especially one that doesn't really have the best torpedo range, all you really have to do is just push down the last enemy team, box them in, get the caps while you're there, or at least hold them, and just negate, you can basically kill 2 and negate the last by just, they just gone northeast and got up there. We would have been out of the battle for a long time. They could have killed the stuff and maybe even forced 1,000 points, or at that point killed that and just turned back to deal with us. But then again, even in that situation, we still would have had a reasonable chance to win if we can hold B, or at least prevent them from taking back B after we take it, by sneaking up behind them. Because, hey, a broken Kamikaze. That's kind of where carriers are very useful, just in getting rid of ships like this. But, hey, that's a completely different can of worms to open up with regards to carrier balancing, and how the spotting system works, and how polarizing and frustrating it is to be in a destroyer with a plane parked permanently on top of your head all day. So yeah, overall, 6 kills given to us for pretty much complete free, thanks to the enemy team. Looking at the team scores, there we go, there should be absolutely no surprise whatsoever who's on top. 6 kills, and most of them were high HP targets. Our Bogue actually achieved something as well, which is kind of a surprise because he died first. Well, first, he died early. But overall, 3 versus 4 destroyers, so, I mean, the guns on this thing aren't bad for engaging destroyers. We kind of got lucky that, was it the V or the Issachars that fed us a free kill on that as well in the beginning, so that's a spot of luck for us. Our baguettes, one of them had a crap game, the other one actually seemed to fare alright, but, baguettes are only good if you know how to play them. Like, that applies to all of the baguettes, honestly. Congo has actually gotten 4 kills as well, so that's not bad at all. For some reason, I actually didn't notice. Did they team kill someone? Because there's, well, 11 kills on our team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, there's 12 people. So, 1, 2, 5, 7, 9, 10. What? Okay, I'm a bit confused now. Okay, I'm legitimately confused, because that's turn 11. Where's the 12th kill? What? Okay, never mind, who cares? Let's see. It was a V we picked up for full HP with a torpedo. Not 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it was a V we picked up with torpedoes and some extra damage over there for the allies. So that's 3 additional damage, guys. It's so important. But in the beginning, in the early stage of the game, we got ourselves spotted unnecessarily. In general, you want to be careful about this kind of stuff. You don't get punished for that at this tier. But when people start paying attention to the map, they know what's going on. That is punished. That will quickly get you punished. Maybe not in the terms of getting shot at, because even high tier people don't shoot back. But there's a lot higher chance that they just notice you and alright, that's how the torpedoes. That's what's going on. That's where he is, and that's how we deal with it. So you're gonna, in general, find yourself facing, well, more resistance from the enemy destroyers if they're paying attention. More resistance from the carrier if he's paying. Who am I kidding? It's carrier plays we're talking about. But in general, just avoid getting spotted, because it's not so good overall. Unless you want to get yourself spotted, or you want to get yourself spotted, hope the guy reacts so he'll actually sail into your torpedoes because he'd already dodged them and you want him to turn back into them or something. But there's a lot of things, a lot of ways to play with your stealth, but the way we used it in the beginning was, in my opinion, rather negligent in a way. We ended up using a smoke and an engine boost as well, without actually having achieved anything with the smoke and the engine boost. And in the later stages of the game, if it wasn't for the enemy battleships feeding them onto us, not having the engine boost there could potentially have been the loss of the game. So a little bit of long-term thinking to keep in mind. But then again, most people play these things just to have fun, so... But hey, in my opinion, playing anything beneath tier 10 and not tryharding is not having fun, so that's me being different there. Credits and XP, man, nothing really too interesting there, 366,000 credits, so it is a tier 5 after all, it definitely isn't the Missouri. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this, I guess. Hope you found some of this useful. If you did, give me a like and a subscription to my YouTube channel. I try to post this kind of stuff reasonably regularly whenever I have time. If you'd like to send your own replays, be them seal clubbing or tier 10 gameplay, I don't really mind. I go through all sorts of replays, whatever I find and whatever I find interesting to comment on. The higher, if you want to, have a higher chance of getting your replay featured, post, what you think about the game, or if there's any question you have from your replay, you have a much higher chance of me featuring the replay, earlier, because at the end of the day, this is, I do the replay analysis for the purpose of actually answering people's questions about their gameplay, not so much just for showing overall amazing games, although even with a lot of amazing games, there still is a lot of room for improvement. That includes a lot of my games as well. If you want to see me play, follow me on twitch.tv/strangers123. But with that, this video's over. I hope you liked it. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.